Hey everyone, Ted here with the State of the Old Republic podcast, and I talked in one of my episodes that I might want to try and branch out, make some videos, do some streaming. So here I am live on twitch.tv, just kind of doing a stream test. I don't know how well this is going to work out, but I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. And what I am going to do today for this first stream is kind of run through Galactic Command Chapter 2, A Dream of Empire Master Mode. So with Game Update 5.1, they introduced these Master Mode difficulties, and I have found that Chapter 2, A Dream of Empire, is really not that difficult. And it's fast, too, which is the other great thing. So in terms of time, effort, and reward, it's really this great trifecta in that, you know, you get a lot of CXP, over 1,000 CXP, especially with like legacy perks. With the legacy perk, and if you use a boost, I'm not using a boost today, but you can get anywhere from like 1,100 to 1,200 or so CXP per run, and it takes, I would say, anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes to do a master mode, and it's not that difficult. So I'm going to go run through that right now, and I'll be spacebarring through all of the cinematics, because really that's the whole goal, is to try and run through this as quickly as possible. And it would help if I hit the space bar here.
The glory of man and a brute.
What's happening to me?
And when you come out of that first conversation, you jump right into combat. And the thing about this, even in Master Mode, that was pretty good. I didn't really take too much damage there, but sometimes these guys get lucky. And while they may not seem to pose much of a threat, they can get in some critical hits, so you do have to be mindful of your health, and you may have to pop a med pack or a defensive CD because they can get in a lucky shot or two. I have died to them before because I wasn't paying attention. One cool thing about Master Mode is you do get this buff called Valkorian's Guidance, and it will increase your damage and your healing while in combat. So he'll heal you a little bit while you're in combat. So, all right, so let's power through this. We're gonna get some more Sky Troopers here. Sometimes they die fast, sometimes they don't. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pop my shield because they do get some hits in here. And if you're not careful, they will kill you. But other than that, not too hard to handle. And I'm doing this just to get a little bit of a DPS buff, and I have a discipline that I've taken, the supercharged defense, which basically increases my defense chance when I activate it, and I'll get some increased endurance and healing, which is just sort of beneficial when you're doing an encounter like this. As you can see, I'm not really paying attention. I'm so used to doing this in story mode, where none of these guys are a threat. So I ended up popping a little bit more than I would normally like to in an encounter like that. Elite mobs, of course, will be a little bit more difficult, and it's a good idea if to interrupt them, just to offset some of the damage that they can do. I knew that was going to happen. I did heal myself, but I should have popped the shield and done a couple other things. Like I said, if you're not careful, if you're not paying attention at all, you will die every now and then, and it happens. Part of the problem is I've been running this so much this past week that starting to take some things for granted in terms of the actual difficulty. Let me get my buff here. And of course, dying is a good way to take a quick 10-15 minute encounter and turn it into a 20-30 minute encounter, so it's best to avoid that if possible. And I loot everything. Down here we're going to get 2 elite NPCs. And what I like to do is I'll CC one of them, and then shouldn't have any too much trouble after that. He has an electro dart ability. I usually just interrupt that, and that's usually about all it takes. And as you see for the melee there, just knocking them back is generally a good idea. There is a bonus quest for this, and it's really easy. There's not much to it, so I do recommend that you do it because it's an easy 20 plus CXP. This one just does kind of straight damage, so you just want to be mindful of your health. And just had to pop a whole bunch of stuff there. Other than that, he's really not too much stuff. There's nothing to interrupt there. It's just, you know, sometimes they just get those big hits in there, and you just got to be prepared for that. Other than that, there's not much else you can do about that. Just know that it can happen. Yeah, even these little guys can cause trouble. This guy just passed a little bit. This is the first time I've come through here and had him be this close to the stairs. Otherwise, they just kind of sneak around him. You don't really have to fight him. Sometimes these guys, like right here, they'll get all clumped up, which is a good opportunity to AoE them a little bit. Sometimes they'll be spread out. But I find they're a little bit tougher than the soldiers, but not much. And there we go. We've completed the bonus quest. And you usually don't have too much trouble with him. Right, next up is Mandalore. What I like to do here is just kind of go all in a little bit. He's got this grapple ability. I usually interrupt that. I don't have an interrupt for the second time he does it, so I will get pulled in here. And I just like to rock it out. He's going to stun me. There's nothing you can do about that. That should happen in a second here. So I just use determination to break free. And as long as he doesn't get a good hit in there, he should be dead.
I'm full.
So I'm coming into the home stretch for this chapter now. There's only 2 encounters left. 2 monoliths. This one's going to spawn and he's going to make a beeline for you. So I usually just go right in and start attacking him right away. It's good to slow him down. And then when he gets in close, I'll knock him back. And then continue firing away. And then when he gets in close, starts hitting, I'll just shoot out here and that's it. He's pretty easy. It's master mode, so you will get grade 10 materials off of him. So if you've got bioanalysis, you know, go ahead and skin him or whatever you want to call it and get your biomats.
Stay. Kill off.
Alright, so he won't attack until you engage him. This is the final monolith. The big thing here is he's got this ability called Terrible Shout. And if you don't interrupt it, it will end up killing you. So basically I just run around like a chicken with my head cut off on this. I interrupt that ability whenever I can, and then I'll just take a few melee hits. And if I start to take some damage, I'll just try and get out of range and buy myself a little bit of time so that Valkorion can heal you, will heal me with his ability. But yeah. So this fight can sort of be hit or miss. I think there is a way that you can kind of cheese it, but I don't like to do that. I like to just kind of do it, you know, the way it was intended. Like I said, it's hit or miss sometimes, but it's more hit than miss, so I usually do pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and give this a go and hope I can get it on the first try. And for this, even though I don't know, I debate whether I should go with supercharged celerity for the alacrity buff or this. I'm going to go with the supercharged gas just for the defensive abilities that I have with my disciplines. There's terrible shots, this conal ability right here, and it's pretty easy to spot. This is where I try and buy a little bit of space, but with the visual effects and everything going on, it's a pain in the butt. So I lose sight of things, and I just, like I said, run around with like a chicken with my head cut off here. But so far, so good. And that is the Monolith. It's a sloppy fight. I don't know. I don't like it, but it's pretty easy, more or less. And at this point, you're basically done. All you have to do is just spacebar through some more conversations, get your Galactic Command XP, and do it again if you want.
Your daughter's gift.
Wake up. We have to go.
Alright, so that's it. You get 1100 CXP, and that's just based off the legacy perk. You could use a command token boost, and I think you'd get something like 1200 if you were to do that. And that's it. And we hit Galactic Command rank 51. Let's see what we got. We'll keep those and disintegrate the rest. And that's it. So as you can see, Chapter 2, A Dream of Empire Master Mode is not that difficult, and it's well worth doing if you're just trying to grind out some CXP. You know, you do that 4 times, and you're pretty much guaranteed a command rank, no matter how high your command rank is. So if your command rank is 300, you know, you use a boost on that. 4 of those should be enough to earn you a command crate. So that's Chapter 2, A Dream of Empire Master Mode, and I think that's all I'm going to do for today. I just wanted to pop in here, give this a try, and see how it goes. So be sure and check out State of the Old Republic, my podcast, which I release every Tuesday. You should have episode 23, which I'll talk about the producer's live stream, game update 5.2, as well as I'll continue my Knights of the Eternal Throne chapter by chapter deep dive with Chapter 3, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, we'll catch you a little bit later.